Good morning, Boobie Goaters. It's me, Erin, and I am set up right next to the washing machine, and it is like totally going off and crazy. So, yay. Of course, I laughed. I was like, of course that starts before before I started my live stream. That's okay. Hey, I've got a really fatty coffee, and drink it if you like it. This is actually my third pot that I've made. So yeah, I make one during Dr. Kiltz's live stream. I did one during Mitch's live stream, and I was like, oh man, I'm running out of coffee, and I'm about to go live. And of course, the washing machine decides to spin like crazy because I'm set up in here. And it looks like I am working fine, so yay, yay. Now Jiffy was in here early, and they were like, I'm setting an alarm so I could be here in the morning, but yeah. I've got some stuff to go over, but I'll wait for the washing machine. It looks like we got about 6 minutes, hopefully. But you never know when it says 6 minutes. And it's kind of lopsided, so I hope it's not too loud and too annoying, but we are right next to it. I was like, let's start in the kitchen today. I feel set up already. Good morning, Jiffy. Yay, you made it! Oh, sorry about the noise, for sure. I'm gonna go back just a little bit. I thought I saw that I have to change the thing to live chat. Why am I not moving? Come on now. I do have a poll going, and have you tried these butterballs? I was like, oh, I'm out of butterballs. I'm gonna have to go to the store. You know, the only place I found them in a few places, which I was quite surprised. There was, oh, my phone just said I'm live streaming. Somebody must have wanted to see this, probably Scarlett. That's funny. Thomas is here, but he's leaving soon because he's got to go to work. Okay, Thomas, have a great time at work. You had a fun live stream the other day. You had like Caleb on, but like the one that you did after, because you were just testing out your phone. I like that one. That one was a good one. It went on for a little bit though, didn't it? And Terry Sue can't find any. You know, I have found some, but you guys probably don't have Kroger because Kroger's more like mid-section of the country probably. They had them, but they had them for like $1 more, and I was like, I'm not paying for something for butterballs, and I can get them for $3.97 at Walmart. That's where I found them. Walmart has them. Maybe they're doing like a, you know, sometimes products just have like a soft entry into things. Like some, what is it, like some McDonald's will have something different and then others won't, you know? Just trying to see if people will buy them. Oh, looks like my email just went off to tell me that Boobie Goats is live. That's great. Yeah, I'm really sorry about the washing machine. I thought it would be done by the time I went live. So I'm gonna try to be loud enough. Okay, so you're doing another one tomorrow? Cool, cool. Cool beans. Hey, it's settling down. Maybe? Could you imagine that I'm doing laundry? I started it like an hour ago. I was like, it'll be done. It'll be done in time. I'll be fine. Totally fine. Yeah, and then I was thinking maybe I should just keep my lives at 7:30 and or no, it would be, for me, it would be 6:30. Yeah. I don't even know what time it is, guys. I'm just awake. I'm just trying to stay awake. I do have some salty fizzy water. Because it's not butter, but it's okay. I think that's, yeah. Black raspberry LaCroix. They had a fun new pack at Costco, and I was like, well, I gotta get it. So I did. Who's Boobie Goats? LOL. Glad you asked. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I thought it'd be fun to do, like, ask ChatGPT some facts about butter. Here we go. You ready? I asked it for 10 facts, and then I asked it for 10 fun facts. So this should be interesting. So we'll start with number 1, and then the whole time change with Mitch has thrown off my sleep schedule. Oh no! So you're doing the extra pot of coffee too now. Maybe I don't need it. Sometimes when I drink too much like eggy, buttery coffee, my tummy hurts. I was like, gee, this is like 10 eggs. Yeah, this is breakfast. I drink my breakfast. This is my Ensure, adult Ensure. Fat and eggs. It's awesome. And butter. I am buttering you guys up today, Thomas. You're welcome. And I'm wearing my butter shirt. Woo! I got an empty pack of butter balls. Did you know I keep a hold of one of these empty ones just so I can do commercials? It's all smart. It's props, man. Props. All right. Number 1. Butter is made from cream. I already knew that though. Butter is made from churning cream, which separates the fat, which is butter, from the liquid, which is buttermilk. And when it's not separated, it's cream. But I already knew that. This one is kind of funny, but it's true. It's high in saturated fat. Butter is about 80% fat, most of which is saturated fat. This has led to decade debate about its health effects. I've had like pretty decent, good health effects with butter, so I likes it. Oh, and there's natural sources of vitamins in butter. Did you guys know that? Yes, butter contains fat-soluble vitamins, which are good because your body can break down these vitamins much easier than taking them from a pill form, like vitamin A, vitamin D, E, and K. Especially when it's made from milk from grass-fed cows. So like the Kerrygold, maybe, or any milk or butter that says it's grass-fed, it's probably going to get you like a higher amount of these vitamins. The vitamins, just say vitamins, the vitamins. And the color varies naturally. The color of butter can range from a pale yellow to a deep gold, depending on the cow's diet. Grass-fed cows produce more yellow butter due to high beta-carotene levels. So I wonder if that transfers, so you get like more beta-carotene too in your butter? I don't know. I didn't ask you that. That's a good question. So Terry said, I'm doing the extra coffee, LOL, but I made decaf yesterday, so I could go to sleep earlier. Yeah, I was just, man, yesterday I was just tired. I just wanted to go to sleep. It was like 5 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm done. I reached that goal that I want to go to bed, but I knew if I did, the house would be partially trashed in the morning, and it was, because I did go to bed early. I didn't put the kids to bed first. They stayed up and had fun. Get down, Seamus. He's like, what are you doing? You got that butter bag? Look at the butter bowls. Boom. All right, nexty. Beta-carotene turns us orange, doesn't it? Yeah. Is that what that does? Always thought it was good for you, and I always thought it was in carrots. So this is pretty bad, but this one winter, how old was I? I was like 14, 15. I was just eating carrots because I was like, ooh, I bet it'll turn my skin orange. And I was just drinking cranberry juice. And it did make my skin darker. It was crazy. But it was just an experiment, and I didn't feel good that whole time. Good morning, Jerry. All is well. We're going through butter. Yeah, he's the butter cat for sure. Makes us Oompa Loompas, that is for sure. All right, so we're going through facts about butter. We're on number 5. When you heat butter and remove the milk solids and water, you're left with ghee, a type of clarified butter widely used in Indian cooking. You know, I watched a lady and she showed me how to make ghee because I was just really interested in how to make ghee. And I thought, because my mom pressure cooks butter when she has too much because it just stays, you know, it's not bad. And I thought, well, isn't that how you do ghee? But I didn't know, so I had to watch this lady, and she had a pot, and she has to you have to wash your butter so you don't burn it, and then you have to filter your butter to get all the fat solids out, and then boom, you got ghee. It seemed pretty simple, but all my pans are black, so it'd be really hard for me to make ghee, just to watch to make sure it's not turning brown. Terry says, I remember feeding my kids the Gerber carrots in the jar and made them orange for a little while. Yeah. You know, anytime when I started them off, and the doctors would be like, start them off on rice and then build up to oatmeal. Anytime they tried the rice and went to oatmeal, it doesn't even matter because like I wasn't very good at feeding them the baby food because they nursed all the way up until 2, and they would eat whatever they wanted, like if they grabbed something and they would eat it. But it was like whenever I tried to do that, that's when the rashes would start, diaper rashes and stuff. It's pretty crazy. And like they would get those weird little rashes around their face too, little bumps, when I fed them the Gerber food. So I stopped doing it, and I was like, it's kind of a waste of money, and they're not really eating it. All right, number 6, salted versus unsalted. Salted butter has a longer shelf life, while unsalted butter is preferred in baking for better control over the recipe's salt content. So there you go. That's why I grabbed salted. Only I do it because it has salt in it, but also it lasts longer on the shelf. But I eat butter a lot, so maybe it doesn't matter. But I do need the salt because if I don't have the salt, I get kind of fainty. All right. Number 8. How are these? These aren't the fun facts. These are just facts. It's used in many cuisines. Butter is a staple in many global cuisines, used for sautéing, baking sauces, and even finishing dishes for richness. That's right. I like to put butter on my steak, cold butter. It's true about the diaper rash? Yep. Yes, exactly. That is so right. All right, number 10. Whipped butter, just airy. Whipped butter is regular butter that's been whipped to incorporate, making it lighter and easier to spread. But it's not lower in fat. Hurrah! We can do whipped butter. That's awesome. Actually, like reading whipped butter, I was like, oh, I haven't had whipped butter in forever. I love it. I love the weird texture it has because of all the extra air in it. Easy to make too. You just whip it. You whip it. And then I asked ChatGPT the 10 fun facts about butter. But before we go, yeah, whip it real good. Just whip it. All right. Let me see if I missed anybody real quick. Do you like the music? It's hi, Granny Boo. I don't know if I got you or not. Hi, Bonnie. Okay. Thank you for participating in the chat. I have to do that because thanks. It makes it more fun. All right. Hi, Brian. Good morning. What's up, Brian? All right. Bye, Thomas. Have a great time. Oh, man, I thought the washing machine was done. It just went quiet. Just a little quiet spin. We're almost done. At least I didn't do I thought I lopsided it because it was like starting to get kind of loud, and I was like, oh no, what have I done? All right, so I asked for 10 fun facts about butter. I should actually make this thing work better for me and be like, give me 20 fun facts about butter. All right, you know, butter's been around for almost 4,000 years, and the earliest records of butter date back to ancient Mesopotamia. People were churning butter long before refrigerators or even spoons. There's your fun fact. Tell everybody that. It's been around since Mesopotamia. That's why when I drink butter, I feel like butter, mommy. I can't believe they broke my Boobie Goaters cup. That was like my favorite cup. I guess I could kind of still use it, but I have to bust the handle off, and then I don't know how to do that without breaking the cup. These cups are expensive, by the way. I was like, you guys. Of course it was Flash Gordon. Always him, if he doesn't get his way. He's a little stinker. I was like, no, if you want to do homeschooling, you got to finish this book of 2nd grade in 1 month, and you're not even working on it. And he's like, I only do work at school. And I was like, what do you think homeschool is? Sitting on your butt, probably. Okay. Number 2, fun fact about butter. Butter sculptures are a thing, yes, and entire life-size sculptures have been made out of butter, especially at state fairs in the U.S., like the famous butter cow in Iowa. Butter. That's awesome. Somebody had like butter turkeys or something, molded butter turkeys. I saw them last year. I thought they were so cool. Yeah, saw the handle off. It'd be like a Kilt's cup, yep. That's what happened to my percolator cups that came with the percolator pot. The handles fell off. And I was just like, they're cool. Little teacups now. But I don't drink tea. I tried to. I don't like the smell of tea anymore. It just happened. I don't like the weird taste of it. It's just not, I don't like it. It's weird. It just happened. I was thinking about that for like the past 4 months. I haven't had any tea, and I was just like, why haven't I had any tea? Oh, I don't like the way it tastes anymore. Terry C says the commercials say that California cows are the happy cows. Are they? Are they really happy? No, I've seen the commercials. They are happy cows. You haven't found the butter balls yet, but you're looking. Good morning, Donna. That's okay. They look like this. They're fancy. Gee, I wonder how they get their shape. Alright. This is one that I actually didn't know, and this is a fun fact. Vikings loved butter. In the medieval Scandinavia, butter was considered so precious that people paid taxes with it. Wealthy Vikings even buried butter in bogs to preserve it. Nice. Fun fact, I did my DNA and I have a lot of Scandinavian in me, which I didn't know. So that's something cool. And it's kind of funny because my husband has the Viking tattoo, but I have more of that blood in me, or DNA in me, than he does. Okay. Number 4, butter can be blue, sort of. Some gourmet butters, like those made with blue cheese cultures, can take on unusual colors. Definitely a conversation starter at dinner. Oh, is that blue butter? My favorite. Terry Sue said I got 8,500 plus steps in my new tracker yesterday. It makes you accountable. I hooked it to the top of my t-shirt. Might have extra steps in the boobies. You know, the Wii Fit had this like walking running game where you'd have to hold it in your hand and you'd have to move your arms when you walk to get your points, right? I would stuff it in my bra and be like, let's go. So you get all your steps in and you move faster. That was kind of funny, but it worked, you know, for the game. I haven't, you know, I thought about that, clipping it right there, because it kind of follows your movement, right? And that's perfect movement. But I haven't done that yet. I haven't even put on my step counter today because I don't have pockets right now. And the last time I put it on without pockets, it fell out and broke. So I don't want to do that. And I heard that Flash the Smash Man smashed my other one. And I was like, dude, they're like $11 at Walmart. You owe me 11 push-ups. Okay. TC said on St. Patty's Day, you should always have green butter. Yeah, why not? A little bit of green dye. Number 5, you can make butter by accident. Shake cream in a jar long enough and voila, you accidentally made butter. How is that an accident? Scarlett likes doing that. And she's like, I'm always worried when I make the whipped cream if it's going to turn into butter, and then it's butter. And I'm like, it doesn't matter because they're both pretty good stuff. But it's fun, just like get the kids shaking jars. to make butter. They always stop at the cream. Always. Number 7, fun fact about butter. It melts at body temperature. That's why butter melts so smoothly in your mouth. It starts melting around 98.6 degrees, making it extra satisfying to eat. Isn't that fun? Fun facts. Cheers. I wonder what you could use for like green dye that's not green dye. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I should ask ChatGPT that one. An organic dye for green. Lush some grass up. Get that color going. Number 9. Good morning, Gary. Hello, Ryan. Larry. Ryan. Larry, Ryan. Hello. All right, number 9, fun butter fact. Ireland has an entire butter museum. I didn't know this. Now I gotta go to Ireland dressed as Butter Woman. In Cork, showcasing the country's rich history of butter production and export. And then it goes, field trip, anyone? Yes. Field trip to Ireland. That'll be fun. Yeah. Let's see, number 10. Well, I wouldn't really put butter on toast. This is what it says. You can butter toast with a laser. In 2016, someone actually invented a laser butter spreader for science, of course, because knives are just too mainstream. That's interesting. Should we learn how to make our own butter next? It's easy. You just take cream and you shake it. I almost spelled butter, B-U-D-D-E-R, because I've been doing that lately. Butter. Carotene. All right, yeah, beta carotene is found in butter, especially in butter made from the milk of grass-fed cows. So you can still get your beta carotene there. It's a natural pigment found in grass and plants. And when cows eat the grass, rather than grain, the beta carotene from the grass gets stored in their milk fat. And it gives the butter the yellow color. So you do get some of that. It's a precursor to vitamin A, meaning your body can convert it into vitamin A if needed. Now that's something I didn't know about beta carotene. Larry Ryan, I was in Ireland last year. I didn't know about the butter display. Would have gone to it. Oh yeah, dude, yeah. Let's see, Kathy, good morning. Has anyone tried putting a part of butter directly into your mouth while in company at the table? Yeah, but my company's my kids. Doesn't matter. Sometimes when I'm out and about and like you ask for butter and they bring you butter, but it's not butter because it's always saying spreadable butter. It's just like, nope, nope. But if it was real butter, yes. Put the tracker on your wrist and see how many steps it to make butter. Butter. I don't know. I think retired Rick, he picked up the same tracker and he said he was on top of the shake plate and it gave him like 7,000 steps. And I was like, I haven't even tried that because usually after I do my steps, I'll stand on the shake plate or just put the shake plate like right by the couch so I can just put my feet on it and let my legs shake. It's fun, but I don't wear the counter when doing that. Interesting. Should try it. Great, now I can't remember the other question I was going to ask the ChatGPT about butter. Or in something in general. Oh, green dye. How to make green dye. Organic, I guess. I'm not thinking. Oh, you can use fresh spinach. Very interesting. To make green dye organically, you can use natural plant-based materials, many of which you might already have in your kitchen. I don't have any spinach. You can use fresh spinach, 2 to 3 cups in some water. Chop the spinach and place it in a saucepan with water. Simmer for 30 to 35 minutes. Let it cool and then blend or mash to extract more pigment. Strain through a fine mesh or cheesecloth to get the green liquid. Okay. Use immediately or store in the fridge up to a week. Would it have a lot of high oxalates in it though? But it is watered down, so isn't it kind of making coffee when you cook the spinach? I'm not sure. Honestly, Kathy, I think you should just do it. And somebody would be like, why did you do that for? Because butter, and then spin for no reason. Right, yeah, we already did that. Okay, good. All right, so chop the spinach, place in the saucepan, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you can use parsley or kale to dye. Because I'm thinking green from the spinach would have like that weird spinach taste for your butter, to dye your butter green. And then I don't mind the taste of parsley. Kale no. You could do the same process with those. But you could use matcha. Isn't matcha like green tea? Some type of thing. For fabric dyeing, they use spinach and nettle for green. Egg coloring, spinach and parsley. So, okay, yeah. Soak boiled eggs in cool dye and vinegar. And for food coloring, matcha. Small amounts to avoid strong flavors. Okay. Matcha butter, anyone? Spinach colored butter, anyone? I don't know if it'll have the flavor on it. Hail no on the kale. Yeah, kale no. Hail no. Hail. No. We might summon Cindy with that hail no stuff. Ooh. My phone did a ding. The also problem with me starting at, for me, this is 7 in the morning. I think I have to get off I only have 30 minutes. That was the other big deal about me just cutting it in half a little bit. But then, then I miss the old guy. And so it's just like, what do I do? I like hanging out with you guys, so this could be just like the ending to the beginning of the day or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just using spinach as a dye, or parsley might be okay. My daughter always has that matcha crap, my oldest. She's like, it's good for you. And also when she gets little bruises, like it would be a little bruise for me, her bruises are huge. And I'm just like, eat meat. Eat meat. Eat up. She'll get it maybe one day. Hell no. There's these t-shirts when I was watching this Homesteader. One of them said, hail no, and the other one said, or kale no, and the other one said kale yes. I'm part of the kale no team. Although I would say kale yes if you needed to grow kale. I love growing kale. It's really fun because it grows in the winter for me and it grows year round. But it's not my favorite. It never was. Has a weird taste. And then the people that make the kale chips, I mean, good for you, but at least they're not spinach chips. All right, Brian, later. Have a great meat day. Eat meat, eat meat. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do today. Ooh, I got to pull out stuff for dinner. I picked up a T-bone steak, and it's a big guy, and it was like $8. And I think it was like 26. And I was like, why is somebody paying 26 for this? Oh, nobody did. That's why I got it for 8. Love it when I can find the thick cut stuff. All right, everybody. Bummer. It's almost time to end the stream. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Maybe we learned something today. Because now we know all the fun facts about the best thing you could do when you get your kale home, wash it, and makes it easier going down the disposal. I feed it to the chickens. You know, it's kind of funny. Some of the things that the chickens won't go crazy over, like the greens, the kale, the grass, they won't really go crazy over that unless there's like meat in there or just breaking their own eggs and be like, there you go. Good morning, Amy. We're about to end the stream because me starting later means I only get half an hour in the morning, which is sad. Very, very sad. I could start at my regular time and that gives us an hour. But I'm kind of stretching it today. I got stuff to do. So I want to thank you for coming along today. And if you have missed the stream, you missed out on the 10 fun facts about butter and 10 regular facts about butter. And I should have typed in 10 sad facts about butter. Do I have time for those? Oh, horses. I wonder if they have any. And I spelled butter right. I didn't spell butter. Still logged out. What? I'm always logged in. What the hell? What the hell? Alright. 10 of the sad or unfortunate facts about butter. Just for you guys, just for a little bit. We'll just keep it going just for a little bit longer. Okay. It's high in saturated fat. I don't think that's sad. Butter is about 55 to 65% saturated fat, which has been linked to increased cholesterol levels. My sister lost like a bunch of weight, right? And she's like, I'm trying to do the right thing, keeping my cholesterol low, you know, eating all plants and stuff. And I was just like, have you even heard Mom talk about how high cholesterol is good cholesterol ever? But you know, she's feeling good. And it says the studies are debated all the time about that. All right, lactose intolerant people can't enjoy it freely. Even though butter has very low lactose, people with severe lactose intolerance or dairy allergies often have to avoid them together. Thank you, Donna. Hi, Annabella. We're doing the 10 sad facts about butter. It's high in calories. Just 1 tablespoon is 100 calories. Yeah, that's probably why I'm stalled. I love the butter though. It makes me feel good, so I don't care. Let's see. Short shelf life without refrigeration. Butter spoils quickly without refrigeration, especially in hot climates, which can lead to waste. But what we learned in the facts about butter, salted butter does last longer than unsalted. There you go. Number 6, churning butter used to be a grueling labor. I want to get a butter churn. I've seen those. Sometimes they sell them. They just have them just for show. But wouldn't it be fun to actually do it? Just, Flash Gordon, you broke my cup. There's your job. Churn that butter. Let's see. Mass dairy production can involve cramped conditions, repeated, and the separation from calves and mothers. So they're saying that it is animal welfare concerns. Yeah, it's ChatGPT. They don't know. You gotta follow like a dairy farmer. There's one. I saw him on Facebook a few times with their little reels. He's really interesting because he tells you all about this stuff, and it makes you understand more about the dairy business and how he does dairy farming. And yeah, it's not the way that I would do dairy farming, but also I don't have like the facilities to do dairy farming, so it is what it is. Number 9, butter contains milk solids that oxidize over time, especially when exposed to air or light, resulting in unpleasant smells and taste. And number 10, butter substitutes sometimes contain worse ingredients. How is that a sad fact? I guess it is sad. It is very sad. If I knew about this Whole Foods thing and just carnivore in general way back when, I would have not opted to buy the spreadable butter for my family. But I didn't know better. I just knew it was cheaper and I wanted to save money, you know? No, that stuff is bad. It is all vegetable oil and canola oil and terrible, terrible. Some people avoid butter for health reasons, but turn to margarine or spreads that can contain trans fats, artificial additives, or preservatives, which may be even worse for your health. Thank you, ChatGPT. That's true. I can't believe they're making that crazy fake butter as if there isn't enough out there already. Yeah. Why are we doing the crazy fake butter? Because they're trying to tell us that the cows are the reason the environment sucks and it's not the people. Because it's always the people. I missed a fact. Or just a chat in general. Let me figure out how to make the screen bigger. What did I do? What did I do? Of course. Anytime I do this. All right, so on our poll, have you found butterballs? 64% have said no, and 36% said yes. Yes, there are 36% of us out there that have tried them. Guys, they taste like butter. They're just shaped funny. And if you follow Feral Grandma, she actually shows you how to make butterballs with a melon baller. It's awesome. I'm going to end that poll. And Annabella's here. She says hi. Calories don't really matter on carnivore, though. Exactly. That's why I'm just like, do I care? I feel good. That's what matters. She says, my mom isn't carnivore, but she loves butter. She grew up on a dairy farm and had lots of cream and butter. Because it's good for you. It's good. Good stuff. Multi-billionaires get bored and do stupid crap. Yeah, and ruin stuff. You know how he ruined, like, farming in India and stuff? Man, that stuff's crazy. What time is it for you, Erin? It is 10:30 p.m. here in Annabelle. It is 7:37 in the morning. In the morning. Walmart did have the butterballs. That was like the first time I found them with Walmart. And I've seen them, I don't know if you have Kroger, Maine, but they were at Kroger. And there was also like a discount food store that was in the Murfreesboro, and they had them, but they wanted like $4.99 for them. So Walmart's been the cheapest. And Terry sees Walmart doesn't have them. Let's write a letter to Walmart. I think if you talk to the manager though, like if you felt like it, be like, can I talk to the ordering manager or the dairy department and have them get them? They will do that. People do that. It's easy. You just have to ask. And Annabelle says, I have a lot of cream. I've lost a couple dress sizes eating 4 under 5 milligrams of cream most days. You know, and I tried, because I saw that you did that and it helped you like break your stall. And like months ago, I think I saw you write that in like Rick's live stream, and I was like, I'm gonna try a little bit of cream in my coffee. So I did that. My problem is I'll have lots of coffee with lots of cream in it. And then, because cream does have a little bit of carbohydrates in it for us, so what happens to me every half an hour, all of a sudden after I had all this cream and all this coffee, I would just feel so hungry. And I'm like, no, I don't like the way I feel like that. I don't like that feeling. I like just to be stable until I have to eat my one meal, or whenever it's time for me to eat. I hear the pitter patter of little feet. What are you doing? Good morning. Did you just wake up? Okay. All right, got the baby. So, all right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, but anyway, I don't like feeling hungry, and then it'll make me want to eat more, so then I eat extra than I needed to because of the sugar thing. What do you need, Rocky? Wake up, I need cream. I don't have cream, I forgot the cream. Yeah, Rocky needs her coffee. Rocky, you want some coffee? Oh, so much coffee. Okay. if you whip the cream, it'll fill you. It's easy to drink lots of cream, but if you whip it, it'll fill you. Yeah, and I love whipping the cream and putting it just like right on top of the coffee. But now my thing is putting the eggs in the coffee because it does this frothy thing at the top. It stays for a little bit. It's so much fun with the foam on the top. So it's like the same thing for me. I like it better. And the eggs really fill me up with the coffee. And it's fun. And it helps me too, so I can do my one meal a day. And to some people, it doesn't look like much food because I'm just eating meat, but also I'm feeding a bunch of kids. They want to come by and try the steak. It's fine with me. Okay, I gotta go help Rocky because she's about to get a really big chair and climb to the top. So thank you for watching, and I will see you probably Saturday. I don't know what time, maybe 2-ish for me. It's Central Time. Bye, everybody. Yeah, I don't drink cream either anymore. I've been off dairy for a long time. This is like 88 days. All right, bye, everybody. Bye. Boop, beep, boop.